Hi there, it's Ann Dilker at Ann Dilker Creative, and it's another companion video to the book that Gail DeLuca and I have written for you, which is called Czech Glass Inspirations. And she and I have both done wire woven focals in that book, so I want to give you a real quick tutorial on how to do some basic wire weaving, and then once you've done some woven pieces, what to do with them. So without any further ado, let's get started on some wire weaving. What I have here, what I'm going to do basically is the same thing as what this one is, which is lashing a piece of 18 gauge copper to a piece of 20 gauge anodized aluminum. Now I have cut my weaving wire, which is a 26 gauge copper, off of the spool. Normally if I were doing this, I would leave it on the spool, but we were having a problem with it not being able to hang down and still stay in the camera. So what I've got going here is a 5 and 2 weave, which means I'm taking 5 wraps around the copper, 2 around both, followed by 5, followed by 2. So I'm now ready to do a 5 wrap. The trick is to bring it over and kind of bend it before you actually do the wrap. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. Now I'm ready to take the 2 wrap, which would be 1, 2, all the way around. Now you can mix this up. I could have easily done 3 here and 3 around both of them. You just get these wonderful different patterns that are going. So that would look something like, let's say it's a 3 and a 3. So that's 3 around both. Let me do 3 around just the copper. 1, 2, 3 around the copper. Let me do 3 around just the aluminum. 1, 2, 3 around the aluminum, and then maybe 3 around both again. 1, 2, 3 around both again. So you could just play around with that. The other thing that you can do is weave in and out. So I'm over that one, around and over this one, around and over this one. And then when you get really, really fancy about it, you can add beads to one of the wires. And what I would do is coil up here and then weave around the 2 of them and show you what that would mean. So that you're weaving back and forth, and here's a bead, and you could coil up the whole way. So just kind of play around with it. This can give you something that's really irregular, but once we start folding this into a piece, it becomes really exciting. The weave that you use really is up to you. And if you want something that is totally symmetrical, then just keep doing the same weave over and over and over again, and you'll get something that's symmetrical and like that. It's up to you. So now what I want to do is show you what do you do with these after you have them. And I do this twist and curl kind of thing that some of you may have seen, but for those of you who haven't, this is the way it goes. I'm just going to fold this and bend it into a focal piece. And I'm using my hands. There's no tools involved in this. It's just going to make a loop. And then I'm going to make a loop behind and bring it around. And I'm going to make a loop kind of over and in front. Bring it around. Loop here. And bring this all the way over to the front. And then what I'm going to do is just grab a pair of round nose pliers, and I'm going to turn these ends in just to make them decorative. Let me see what we have here. Those are 2 pieces together, so let's pull that. This is actually the tail of the weaving wire I was doing. So I'm actually going to nip that off. I'm going to nip it off back here. Oops. I think. There. Make that go away. You could actually turn that into a coil too if you wanted to. Just give that a twist. So there's a little curl there. Grab this, twist it the other way. Give it a curl. We'll bring this one coming the opposite direction. It's got a little flat area there I'm not real fond of, so I'll just nip that off. And then make one more twisty piece here, and I might need some chain nose pliers to finish this part with. Which Gail is handing me some chain nose pliers, which isn't it wonderful to have an assistant? Yay! Just give it, yeah. Just give this a little twist. Now the smart jewelry designer would have tool magic on her pliers when she does this, but you know. So there is an insanely simple way to turn a really simple wire weave into something that looks like so much more than it is. I could just put that on a chain and it would be fine. I could put it on a beaded chain, it would be even better. So let me show you how to do the exact same thing using this piece that has some beads on it. Again, I'm going to start by just bending this with just my hands. This one happens to be a 3 base weave. You could do 5 if you wanted to. And there are so many tutorials on how to do these wire weaves. It's something that I've only gotten into the last few months, and I just love it. So play around, kind of. This is all free form. It's whatever you want to do. I'm actually going to bend this one the other way. I'm going to come around this way on it. So I've got something, let's bring this up this way. Just kind of put that all together. This one's really chunky. I like the way this one's coming out. And again, all these wires just get turned into spirals with your round nose pliers. So this one I think I'll put a tight spiral going up here. Take that out a little bit. Just bending in there. Push it down. I'm going to bring this one coming the same direction. And actually, this third one I'm going to bring in the exact same direction. Sometimes I'll reverse the direction of these spirals and turn it the other way, but I kind of like the way this threesome is going to play out here, the way it's repeating itself. I'm going to turn this one tighter than the other ones. Notice that I'm moving the wire and only holding the spiral with the pliers. I'm not actually, so it's my left hand that's doing the work here, not my right hand. Bring that up here, bring that up there. And then, let's turn this one. Again, I've got the wire that I was doing the weave with. That can be clipped, or it can actually be turned into a coil, whatever you want to do. A little spiral. Twist this guy down this way. Can bring this guy over. I'm going to take him this way. Again, this is all free form. Just start playing with it. After you've done 3, you'll be a total expert on it. And I'm going to use this last one to to make a bail. All right, so it'll hang pretty much that way. So what I'm going to do is just straighten him out. Grab chain nose pliers, bend that over to a 90-degree angle. Standard wrap loop, nothing fancy on this. Just wrap that around. Put it around the back. You can kind of push it out of the way. It's bend back to where you want it. Taking your flush cutters, just do a quick nip. I'm going to turn that this way so that I can just put a chain on it and have a little piece. And it is so simple to do this. So get some wire, do some weaving, put some beads on it, and twist and curl it, and people will think that you are an incredible artist because you are. So thanks for watching.